Today I'm going to show you how to cook and prepare blueberry muffins. Blueberries are a great fruit to put in a muffin because they contain vitamin K, vitamin C and lots of antioxidants to keep you healthy. So let's have a look at what ingredients we're going to need today. I've already weighed out 250 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of caster sugar, 230 millilitres of milk, 60 millilitres of vegetable oil. I have 1 egg and some baking powder. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder and most importantly 150 grams of fresh blueberries. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees C. Have all the ingredients in front of me. We're going to combine all of them into our bowl and mix it into a smooth batter. So the first thing I'm going to do is just sieve in the flour. Next I'm going to pour in the caster sugar, make sure it all comes out, and the milk and the oil. And I'm going to give that a good mix to make sure all of the liquid is mixed in to the flour and sugar. Mix, 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 mix. Make sure you get all of the flour from around the edges. Mix, mix, mix. The more you mix the better. Remember, this is just the flour, sugar, oil and milk at the moment. When that's looking nice and smooth, I'm going to add in my egg. Just making sure, double checking there's no shell in there. Nope, excellent. And mix that in as well. Now I'm going to add the baking powder, 2 teaspoons. This is a really important ingredient as when it's mixed with a liquid and heated, it creates carbon dioxide, so it will make your muffins rise and be really fluffy. So 1, 2 teaspoons. Again, mix in thoroughly. Otherwise you'll have uneven muffins. One will be really big and fluffy and the other one won't. We want that baking powder to be evenly distributed through the batter. I have my blueberries here in a bowl, and actually if you have a look, they're quite big blueberries. I could put those whole into the batter, that'd be quite nice, but I think some of these are quite large, so I'm going to try and make them a bit smaller. So what I can do, really safe way of doing it, is to get a pair of kitchen scissors and you can just put them onto a chopping board and you can give them a snip and then they'll be half the size. So it's up to you. You could have large blueberries in yours, or you could chop them up for smaller ones. They're nice and juicy and the insides leak out a bit into the batter as well if you chop them up. So I'm going to chop mine up. Once the blueberries are all safely chopped, mix those in as well. Batter's nice and smooth now and the blueberries are all mixed in. Now for the tricky part. The next step is to get the batter into our muffin cases. So I've got some muffin cases here that I'm going to line the muffin tray with. I have my batter in this measuring jug and I have a spoon, and now I'm going to attempt to try and pour and spoon out the batter and keep it as even as possible so the muffins are about the same size. Doesn't matter if you have a big muffin and a small muffin, it's absolutely fine, but they might take a little bit of a different time in the oven, so try and keep them as even as possible. Let's give it a go. I'm just going to pour, but I'm going to use the spoon as well. I'm going to go around and I'm going to do a little bit in each one so that I don't get to the end and have no mixture left. So just carefully making sure I get a couple of blueberries in there. Ooh, haha. There we go. Once you've poured all of the batter into your muffin cases and made them as even as you possibly can, that tray needs to go into the oven. They should take about 25 to 30 minutes to cook, but keep your eye on them because all ovens vary and they might take a slightly different time. Put my muffins carefully on a shelf and round about the middle of the oven so they cook nice and evenly. Timer just went off, so let's have a look, see if they're ready. Yeah, they look lovely. Nice and brown on the top, they've risen well. Time to get them out of the oven. I've taken the muffins out of the oven, as you can see they're looking really nice and cooked. So I'm just going to let them cool down for a little bit on the cooling rack before I get a chance to taste one. The muffins are just cooling down, you can see if you look closely, some are a little bit browner than others. This one over here probably could have put a little bit more of the mixture in, so there was a bit more in there, but they're looking pretty good, pretty even, not too bad. Well, that is a really tasty muffin. The blueberries are still a little bit soft as well, because they're a bit warm. Now if you don't like blueberries, you could always add different fruit, as long as you keep to 150 grams. Be really nice in there. You could also add maybe chocolate chips. White chocolate chips with blueberries go really well. So have a go, see if you can cook some yummy muffins.